ladies and gentlemen, today is a big day. After many years of me whining and complaining about how unplayable The Legend of Dragoon is, we have finally made it. We finally have an official port of The Legend of Dragoon. We had the original PS1 version, which is good, but has its flaws. Mainly, playing it on a PS2 can be a yikes, and it can crash a lot. Then we have the PS3 port, which is great that they made a PS3 port, but the PS3 port has its own issues. Mainly, when you use Dragoon in certain fights, the game crashes, which most of those fights are boss fights. And that's a big deal because, you know, you can't use the main mechanic of the game against the bosses, which is what you would want to use them on. So every time someone has asked me in the past, like, what game do you want to see get a remaster or a port or whatever, I always say Legend of Dragoon because it's such an amazing game and there's just no good way to play it. The best way for you to play it is to get a PS1 copy, which tend to be kind of expensive on eBay. Get a PS1 and play it that way. It's not on the PlayStation Classic. Wasn't on, there wasn't any good digital version to play. But now we have the PS5, PS4 official port as part of the Premium Pass. It's only $10 if you're not on the Premium Pass. Which, by the way, $10 for Legend of Dragoon. That's a freaking steal. Not only that, but it has trophy support. I've heard the trophies are pretty lame, unfortunately, but, better than nothing, I guess. Anyways, I'm excited. I want to see how it looks. I want to see how it plays. This is a game that deserves to be in the hands of everyone, all RPG fans. And a lot of people still haven't played it. A lot of people just watched my Let's Play of it because it's quite the hard game to get your hands on and play. There's two other things I wanted to talk about with this port. First is the timing. The timing of the additions. It was atrocious in the PS3 version, if I remember correctly. I really hope they fixed it here, because my thought process was that this game was just going to be a hard port of the PS3 port. And the second thing I wanted to talk about was the debug room. So, just recently it was found out that you could reach a debug room in this game. It was a huge deal, because the speedrun of this game was like 6 hours or something for the longest time.
Great Commander, this way.
And no one wanted to run it, because it's like it's a 6-hour slog through cutscenes and just spamming buttons during bosses because of how the items work in this game. But someone just recently found a way to get into the debug room and skip like 4 hours of the speedrun. And we were curious as to whether or not we could get to the debug room on this version, because that would be pretty cool to get to the debug room of a PS1 game on a PS5. Yeah, so the backgrounds in this game are very similar to Final Fantasy VII's backgrounds, where they're pre-rendered drawings or paintings, and then they put the models on top. And in the case of Final Fantasy VII, upscaling everything actually looks pretty good. But then there's like games like Final Fantasy VIII where sometimes the models look too good for the backgrounds, and the backgrounds look really washed out. And I saw a thumbnail. I could actually show you. The Legend of Drag. It's still not there. It's the fifth one. Even if I put it all the way in, it'd probably still be... Okay, finally, now it's the first one. Yesterday, it was still like the 6th option when I typed in the whole name. Anyways, there was one of these screenshots. This one. So, like, the background looks really washed out, and the models, like, really stick out, because they're like, touched up, but the background isn't. And I was afraid the whole game would look like this. But, I would say that this looks pretty good. Oh, it's so bad. The PS3, or the PS5 search is so bad. Always has been. They predict what you want to search instead of just actually searching it, like on the PS3. So, I will say, I feel like the menu comes up faster. That's a good start. The menu is extremely slow in the original versions. I mean, this is one of the first games I Let's Played because I was like really excited to bring it to new people, you know. Oh, that felt good. I don't think it's delayed much at all. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Okay, so here's like our extra settings. Visual presets. Nice, we can change the aspect ratio. Ah, yes. Now we're talking. This is the only way to play. the OG. That's like, I feel like that's literally Sony just being like, you know what? We know someone's gonna complain if we don't put this in. So, so we'll put this in just for the laugh. That's actually really nice that they even give you 4.3, 16:10, which is like, from what I think this is like back when you would originally have a widescreen, but the game would still display in 4.3. So the TV itself would stretch the image. But this is like the old TV, the old widescreen TVs. That's honestly so cool. Because they know that some people are probably playing, this is how they probably played it back in the day. You can change to PAL? Do you actually get the differences in the game? Wow, so you get both versions. Really? That's amazing. I did not expect that at all. Especially given this is on the North American store, I figured they would just... I don't know. I have no idea what the differences are in Legend of Dragoon. Let's see. Seems like most of the gameplay additions were changed from the Japanese to both the North American and EU versions. So, I don't think it would matter too much gameplay-wise. It's a shame we don't get the Japanese version, because that one would be much different. Okay, the other thing I remember it saying is that we can basically save state. Which is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with the save states, just because nowadays save points are a bit more annoying to deal with. It's nice to be able to save whenever you want. Depending on how close this game is to the original, the save states might actually be really nice for practice, for speedrunners. The animations feel really smooth, but they obviously didn't change the animations. I think it's just the better frame rate that makes it just seem smoother. That's awfully cheeky of you. Here. You know what? I'd like to see that again. How do I? Oh. Here. I love how instant it is. Some people are saying audio issues. I haven't seen any yet, but hopefully they're not too bad. Other than that, everything looks great. Okay, so looks like we got a bunch of story trophies. Holy cow. It's like all story trophies. So you have to collect 30 out of 50. I'm a little confused as to why they just do specifically 30. Why not just do 50? I don't remember if these are optional or not. They are? Okay. So we have 3 optional boss trophies. A semi-optional collectible trophy, which by the way, getting 30 is still hard. Like, they are really hard to find. And then just beat the game. So, I mean, not the greatest list, but they at least put some effort into it. It wasn't just... Like, if they had just had this, you know, then it would have been yikes. But I feel like they at least put some thought into it, so I'm happy with that. Could be better, but I'm happy with that. So here's kind of a rough comparison. We played on stretched, so the resolution's different. I could do this and kind of see similar resolutions. But yeah, definitely like Dart's model is like the big thing, I would say. But yeah, like Dart's model and the enemies and the menu, I mean, it all looks brighter and nicer. The background looks a bit better too. But like Dart's model is really where you see it, which is what I expected. I expected them to to actually touch up the models. It's very similar to Final Fantasy VIII, where they like touched up the models but then nothing else, and then everything looked terrible in comparison. But here I don't think the backgrounds look terrible in comparison. I think they look fine. Alright, should we try to get to the debug room? Save in a new slot. When the window pops up to the now saving, wait 3 seconds, then go to PlayStation Home and quit the game. Okay. 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3. You gotta do Mississippi. Mississippi's the pro strat. You can either load it or you ruin the slot. It says data from another game. Uh-oh. Yeah, so we're trying to hit it like right at the end. 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3. That looked like the save actually went through, so probably not gonna work, but try it. It's looking to me like this is just a normal save file. Wait, my 1 is saved. Wait. My 1 is back now. 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3. That might be too early. I'm kind of guessing I want to, like, see it starting to back out. Dude, stop dunking on my Mississippi counting. It has to be a new file, right? Alright, let's try that. I feel like that's probably too late. Looks like I got the same effect. How did I get the same effect when I saved later? Yeah, I feel like this is... I don't know. Like, maybe because I'm trying to do it when this data from another save thing is happening, it's like screwing it up. I want to try earlier to see what happens. I wonder why it's not even saving. Like, it's not even getting to... I keep saving in slot 6 and it doesn't even put a save down. So maybe I should go later? Yeah, I have a feeling I need to go later. Because everything I do... Everything I've done so far has had the same result. I'm gonna keep trying. Not giving up yet. Is this the Legend of Dragoon? 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3, Mississippi... that's probably too late. Alright, so that time it saved. So yeah, that was too late. Alright, so we want to go a bit earlier than that, I think. 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3, Mississippi. Okay. That was like right as it was disappearing. I'm kind of curious if I get a save file or not. Okay, we got... Oh! Pause, champ. Pause. We're still in the... We're in the prison, but we're level 0. What does that mean? What does that mean? Wait, I have no cursor either? This is wild. Guys, it's fine. I can... Oh. Wait, he hit me even though I had 0 HP. What a jerk. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Oh, it's too late. I don't feel like location would matter. There was a glitch found in the original version of this game, like, a month ago, where you can get into the debug room, and it completely destroyed the speedrun. Saves like 3 hours, completely revolutionized the speedrun. We were curious to see if you could do it on the new PS5 port, because it'd be kind of cool to get into the debug room of a PS1 game on the PS5 console. So that's what we're trying to do. They didn't patch anything, they just ported the game. We did it. We did it. I wasn't expecting that to be it, so I was like shocked. There it is. We have entered the mainframe. We are in a debug room of a PS1 game on the PS5. I'm making a save state. I am now a dragon. I'm now a Dragoon. We just got a trophy for beating Chapter 2. Let's go.
Awesome! We're gonna fail!
We're now a level 0 Shauna. She has 5 broadswords equipped.
Here we go!
That's not how that's supposed to go.
I know, thank you. Moving on.
Dude, it's so cool too, because I can rewind and just try out a bunch of doors. Yeah, I don't want to do too much. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to get all the trophies. I'm gonna do a trophy quest of this game okay, we have 3 darts. I'm gonna do a trophy quest of this game anyways. Oh god, what happened here? So I'm not like, you know, it'll be fine. So I'll get them all the right way anyways, but I don't want to cheat the all the trophies. If we wanted to, we could jump to the end of the game and get like the beat the game trophy, which I don't think anyone has yet because the game just came out. But that would be I don't want to do that. One more. Seems like all the rooms here are disc 1 rooms. So I can do this without getting any trophies. It's so weird, I don't have a marker. I don't have a marker over my head. It's nice to see some of these other areas. I think I still get field battles. I could be wrong, but... Dude, I got nothing. I think on that Shauna file, I had 255 broadswords, but for some reason... Oh, here we go. Okay, I do have 255 broadswords. Anyone need a broadsword? I got a couple. Oh yeah, I better sort my broadswords. Good idea. Let's see if I get into a fight. Yep. Well, this just seems a little brutal. Kicking us while we're down. Seems a bit excessive. So there it is. The Legend of Dragoon. Legend of Dragoon debug room on a PS5 console. That's pretty dope. And the, you know, I haven't played enough to really give it like a complete review or anything, but from what I've seen, this port is exactly what we wanted. Exactly what I've asked for years. It's just a way to play the game consistently without any big issues. Game looks better, sounds good, has trophy support. So this is like a dream come true. My only worry is if there's any crashes with Dragoons, like there was on the PS3 version. But I have a feeling there isn't, because it does actually seem like they took this from the PS1 version. And if they did, then it shouldn't have those crashes, because those crashes were on the PS3 version specifically. So we'll see. We'll have to see if anything comes out with that. But in terms of the game just working and, you know, playing well, it seems like a slam dunk. So very happy that they made this. I hope they continue to target old PS1 RPGs in the future. I would love to see some other old PS1 RPGs, Legend of Legaia, but that will never happen. But I could dream. You know, get this kind of treatment where it's just the models are retouched, maybe the backgrounds are up-resed, but then that's it. Keep everything else the same, give it trophy support. I like the rewind feature as well, you know, just because you can choose not to use it, but it's nice for people that maybe didn't grow up with these games to just have the ability to play them without any worry of, like, having to play a whole section over again because they forgot to save or whatever. Like, I think it's just a good addition. I don't think many people are, like, crying about there being a rewind feature. I know some people are like, people should have to experience it the way it was back then, but people can choose. If they want to experience it like it was back then, they can. If they want to play it in more of a modern way, they can do that too. I don't think there's really too much problem with that. I had more of a problem with, like, the Final Fantasy VII PS4 port having God mode, no encounters, and ×3 right off the bat. It just felt like there was so much that you'd be an idiot not to use them. You know, like, it was just kind of, it was really hard not to use them when they were just right there and all you had to do was click the buttons. At least here it's in a pause menu. But, like, the Final Fantasy VII cheats, you could literally accidentally turn them on because they were just clicking the sticks. Or I think even ×3 was, like, one of the L buttons or R buttons. So that's a bit excessive. Like, I don't think we need that much. But having the rewind feature in the pause menu and having the save states, I think that's a nice inclusion. And yeah. Yeah, I think maybe a fast-forward feature would have been nice. But I'm not, like, totally sad it's not there. I just wanted a port of Legend of Dragoon that functions. So I can say to people, oh, you never played Legend of Dragoon? Go buy it on the PS5 store for $10 and you can experience, like, you know, one of the games I grew up with. So instead of being like, oh, well, go get a PS2 or maybe even a PS1 because it might not work on the PS2 and go buy the game on eBay, like, this is a nice, easy way for people to experience it. So overall, very, very happy with this port. I hope there's no other issues that, you see down the road. And getting to the debug room was super, super cool. So that was awesome. Thanks guys for being a part of this.